The question is, are we brave enough to do it? Comment down your answers below. Look, I'm about to tell you a story that's going to make you question everything you think you know about celebrity power and what happens when fame turns into a weapon. I've been down this rabbit hole for weeks, and trust me, this isn't just another celebrity drama you'll scroll past. She was one of Chris Brown's most devoted superfans until he allegedly destroyed her life with a single post. I'm talking about Angela Rilliford, and after Chris Brown reposted what appears to be a manipulated, viral video that painted her as a violent stalker, she says she lost everything: her job, her safety, and honestly, her sanity. Now, she's suing Chris Brown for $20 million. Yes, you heard that right, $20 million, and the internet is split right down the middle asking, who's the real villain here? This isn't just another celebrity drama or fan gone wrong story. This is about how a simple fan interaction spiraled into an online nightmare that landed in a courtroom, raising terrifying questions every social media user needs to hear. I've been losing sleep over this case, because the implications are chilling. We're talking about AI manipulation, celebrity accountability, and the power to destroy someone's life with the click of a button. So grab your coffee, turn off your phone notifications, and settle in, because this rabbit hole goes deeper than you think, and by the end of this video, you're going to see the internet completely differently. Let me paint a picture of who Angela Rilliford was before this mess exploded, because understanding her story is crucial. We're talking about the definition of a die-hard fan, and I mean that in the most genuine, wholesome way. For years, she was out there attending Chris Brown's shows, not just as a casual listener, but as someone who genuinely believed in his artistry. She was posting fan art that honestly looked professional level, the kind of detailed drawings in digital art that takes hours to create. She built a reputation in fan forums, where people knew her name, respected her dedication and creativity. This wasn't some random person who just discovered his music last week and decided to get obsessed. Angela was part of that core fan base that celebrities usually treasure because they're the ones buying the albums on release day, the merch that keeps the lights on, showing up to every concert even when it's 3 hours away and costs half their paycheck. She was what the music industry calls a superfan, the kind whose genuine love for an artist translates into real, measurable support. I've dug through her social media history, and what I found was genuinely heartwarming. Years of posts celebrating his music, defending him during controversies, creating content that promoted his work to other fans. She wasn't posting weird, invasive stuff or trying to find his home address. She was just a fan. The kind of fan that most artists would kill to have because they actually care about the music, not just the celebrity gossip. But then October 2023 happened, and everything changed overnight in the most brutal way possible. Chris Brown reposted this edited video on his social media claiming she had stalked him, and here's where it gets really messed up: the video used a real mugshot from a years-old false arrest. Not a real arrest, a false one that had been legally dismissed. Let me repeat that because it's important. The charges were dropped, the case was thrown out, but that mugshot still existed in some database somewhere. That post went viral in the worst possible way, racking up millions of views and igniting what can only be described as a digital witch hunt. And I've seen viral posts before, but this was different. This had the power of Chris Brown's massive platform, his fans ready to defend their idol at any cost, painting a target on Angela's back she couldn't escape. The story behind that mugshot, the real context of what happened years ago, it changes absolutely everything about how we should be looking at this case. Because when you understand what really led to that arrest, when you see the full timeline of Angela's interactions with Chris Brown, the narrative that's been sold to the public starts to fall apart completely. But before I dive into the really dark stuff that happened next, the part of this story that's going to make you angry and maybe a little scared about how vulnerable we all are online, I need you to do something for me. If this story is already making you question everything you thought you knew about celebrity accountability, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because trust me, we're just getting started. The twists in this case are going to make your head spin, and you're not going to want to miss what's coming next. I'm about to show you how a single social media post can be weaponized to destroy someone's entire existence. The video wasn't just viral, it was weaponized. Literally. When I first watched it, even I was convinced that Angela looked unhinged. The editing was that good. What millions of people saw was Angela Rilliford acting erratically, but what they didn't know, what none of us knew at first, was that the footage had been spliced together with zero context. Think about it, imagine someone took random moments from your worst days and argument, frustration, upset, edited them to make you look unhinged, then broadcasted it to millions. I've made content online for years, and I know how easy it is to manipulate footage. A few cuts, some strategic editing, and you can make Mother Teresa look like a villain. But this wasn't just casual editing, this was character assassination with surgical precision. That mugshot everyone was sharing and turning into memes? It was from a 2017 wrongful arrest that had been legally dismissed. The charges were dropped because there was no evidence, no case, nothing. But to millions of people scrolling through their feeds, she instantly became Chris Brown's crazy stalker. The internet loves a simple narrative, and obsessed fan Harris's celebrity is a story we've all heard before, so people didn't question it. Now here's where I need you to really think about the power dynamics at play here, because this is what keeps me up at night. How did a debunked image from her past suddenly resurface, and more importantly, who was the first person to spread it? Because someone had to dig up that mugshot from 2017, someone had to know it existed, someone had to track it down in whatever database it was stored in. Someone had to create that edited video, spending time and effort to make Angela look as bad as possible. And someone had to make sure it got in front of Chris Brown's eyes with the right context to make him angry enough to repost it. This wasn't random. This was planned, coordinated, and executed with the specific goal of destroying Angela's reputation. The question is, who was behind it? As this video gained traction, and I'm talking about the kind of viral that destroys lives, not the fun kind that gets you on talk shows, Angela's world completely unraveled in ways that are honestly terrifying to think about. According to her lawsuit, and I've read through these court documents multiple times because they're so detailed and heartbreaking, she was fired from her job almost immediately after the video went viral. Imagine going to work on a normal Tuesday, and your boss calls you in, you're being let go. Customers recognized you from a viral video portraying you as a dangerous stalker. Your livelihood, gone. Your financial security, destroyed. Your professional reputation, annihilated. All because of a video that wasn't even real. But it gets worse. She started receiving death threats that made her afraid to leave her house. We're not talking about mean comments. We're talking about detailed, specific death threats, messages describing how they'd find her, what they'd do when they did. People posting her address online, encouraging others to visit her. And this is where it gets really dark, where this stops being about internet drama and becomes about real, physical violence. She was physically assaulted at her workplace by someone who recognized her from the video. Court documents show she had to be treated in the emergency room after this attack. A fan video led to real, physical violence against a real person. Let that sink in for a minute. Someone saw a manipulated video online, believed it was true, tracked down Angela in real life, and physically attacked her. This is what happens when viral content meets real-world consequences, and it's absolutely terrifying. Was this just the dark side of fandom culture, or was something much more dangerous happening here? Because I've been covering internet culture for years, and I've never seen a coordinated attack this thorough, this devastating, this precisely targeted to destroy every aspect of someone's life. But here's what truly infuriates me, what makes me lose faith in celebrity accountability completely. Angela says she tried to handle this the right way. She reached out to Chris's team privately multiple times, tried to get them to understand what was really happening, probably hoping they'd take the post down once they realized the truth about that mugshot, once they understood that she wasn't actually a stalker. No reply. Radio silence. Complete and total indifference to the fact that their post was destroying someone's life in real time. Instead, that post stayed up for days, continuing to fuel memes, jokes, and duets across TikTok and Instagram. I watched the engagement numbers climb, watched as more and more people discovered the video and added their own commentary, their own jokes, their own outrage. Some fans were cheering, thinking Chris was protecting himself from a dangerous stalker. Others were starting to raise questions: was she really a stalker, or was she being used as a scapegoat for deeper celebrity insecurities about fan interaction? The algorithm loved it. Controversy drives engagement, and engagement drives revenue, so the platforms had every incentive to keep pushing this content to more and more people. Angela's destruction was profitable, and that's the part of this story that makes me sick to my stomach. Here's the question that keeps me up at night: why did Chris pick her out of millions of fans to publicly humiliate? Because think about it logically, Chris Brown has been in the music industry for decades. He's dealt with actual stalkers, actual security threats, actual dangerous situations. His team knows how to handle these things quietly, professionally, through proper channels. So why blast one fan to millions of followers instead of handling it privately? Why turn Angela Rilliford into a public example instead of just blocking her, reporting her to authorities if necessary, or having security deal with it? Unless this wasn't really about protecting Chris Brown from a stalker. Unless this was about something else entirely. Now, what most people didn't know at the time, and what makes this story even more complicated and frankly more disturbing, is that Angela had previously met Chris Brown at multiple meet and greets. We're not talking about someone who was sneaking around trying to get close to him illegally, breaking into concerts, or showing up at his house unannounced. She had paid over $1,000 for VIP fan experiences. Let me repeat that: over $1,000 of her own money for legitimate, official interactions with Chris Brown. These weren't chance encounters or stalking situations, these were paid experiences that his team arranged, promoted, and profited from. She had taken photos with him, probably had conversations, maybe even talked about her fan art or how much his music meant to her. She was never banned from events, never given warnings, never told to stay away, never flagged as a security risk. In fact, based on the lawsuit documents, she was welcomed back multiple times as a paying customer. So here's what doesn't make sense: if Angela was really the dangerous stalker that the viral video portrayed, why was she allowed to keep attending meet and greets? Why was Chris Brown's team happy to take her money right up until the moment they decided to destroy her publicly? This is where the timeline gets really suspicious, and where I start to think there's a lot more to this story than we've been told. Was she really too obsessed, or was Chris weaponizing her image to send a message to other fans about what happens when you get too close? Was this about genuine safety concerns, or was this about control, power, and making an example out of someone who couldn't fight back? Because here's what I've learned from years of covering celebrity culture: when someone with millions of followers targets an individual fan, it's rarely about that specific fan. It's about sending a message to everyone else who might be watching. And that's where this story takes a turn that I guarantee you didn't see coming, a twist so wild that it could change how we think about celebrity accountability and AI manipulation forever. But before I reveal the bombshell that changes everything we think we know about this case, I need you to do something for me. If this story is already making you question everything you thought you knew about celebrity accountability, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because trust me, we're just getting started. The twists in this case are going to make your head spin, and you're not going to want to miss what's coming next. I'm about to show you how a single social media post can be weaponized to destroy someone's entire existence. In a court filing that frankly made my jaw drop, I've read it 20 times because I still can't believe what I'm seeing. Angela's legal team revealed something that could change not just this case, but how we think about celebrity defamation, online harassment, and digital truth in the AI age. They're claiming that the video wasn't just edited, it may have been AI altered using deepfake technology. We're talking about AI morphing facial expressions, manipulating body language, changing conversation context, and creating timestamps that don't match reality. Let me break down what this means, because the implications are absolutely staggering. According to expert testimony that's been filed with the court, the video shows signs of AI manipulation. Facial expressions that don't match natural human movement patterns. Lighting inconsistencies that suggest footage was altered. Audio that doesn't sync properly with mouth movements. Metadata that's been scrubbed or altered to hide the editing process. If their experts are right, and if they can prove this in court, we could be looking at one of the first major celebrity lawsuits involving AI-powered defamation. Think about the implications here. If celebrities can use artificial intelligence to create fake evidence of fan behavior, what does that mean for everyone else? How do we tell what's real anymore when the technology exists to make anyone look like they did anything? This isn't science fiction or some distant future scenario. This is happening right now, in a courthouse, with real evidence and experts testifying about AI manipulation destroying someone's life. But here's what really scares me about this revelation: if AI was used to create this video, that means someone with access to sophisticated technology, someone with the skills and resources to manipulate media at a professional level, specifically targeted Angela Rilliford. This wasn't some random internet user with basic editing software. This was a coordinated attack using cutting-edge technology. Who has access to that kind of AI manipulation software? Who has the technical knowledge to create deepfakes convincing enough to fool millions of people? And more importantly, who had the motivation to go to such extreme lengths to destroy one fan's life? The more I think about this, the more I realize we're not just talking about a celebrity feud or fan drama anymore. We're talking about the weaponization of artificial intelligence for personal destruction, and Angela Rilliford might be the first documented victim of AI-powered celebrity harassment. This isn't just about Angela Rilliford and Chris Brown anymore. This could be the case that sets the precedent for how courts handle AI manipulation in the social media age, how we prosecute deepfake harassment, and how we protect people from having their faces, voices, and actions digitally manipulated to destroy their lives. The legal implications of this are absolutely staggering, and what happens next could literally change how we handle online reputation destruction, AI ethics, and celebrity accountability forever. But first, I need to know if you're following all of this. Drop a comment below telling me what you think about AI being used in celebrity feuds, whether you think we're prepared for a world where any video could be fake, and if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Because the payoff to this story is going to blow your mind and make you see every viral video differently for the rest of your life. The lawsuit is now in full motion, and let me tell you, the legal documents I've been reading are absolutely wild. Angela is seeking $20 million for defamation, emotional distress, loss of income, and what her lawyers called digital assassination of character. Her legal team isn't messing around. They've brought in AI manipulation experts, digital forensics specialists, employment lawyers documenting her job loss, and medical professionals treating her for trauma. Their narrative about digital abuse in the celebrity age is compelling. But here's what's really interesting, and what gives me hope that maybe we're finally ready to have serious conversations about celebrity accountability. Public opinion is starting to shift. Comment sections once filled with crazy stalker jokes and defenses of Chris Brown are now asking, did he go too far? I've been monitoring social media sentiment around this case, and the change has been dramatic. What once looked like clear-cut fan obsession is being reframed as digital abuse, and people are starting to ask uncomfortable questions about celebrity accountability. Questions like, should celebrities be able to use their massive platforms to destroy individual fans? Is it ethical to repost content without verifying it's real? What responsibility do celebrities have when their posts lead to real-world violence? The hashtag Justice for Angela has gained traction, with people sharing their own stories of being harassed by celebrity fandoms, targeted by viral posts, or having their lives destroyed by false online information. It's becoming less about one specific case and more about a larger conversation about power, accountability, and the human cost of viral content. Meanwhile, Chris's team is scrambling to explain not just why the posts stayed live for days after Angela reached out to them privately, but who actually created the video in the first place. And that's where things get really murky, interesting, and telling about how celebrity social media management actually works. Was it Chris himself who found and reposted the video? Did he personally make the decision to share it with his millions of followers, knowing it would lead to harassment? Was it a social media manager who thought they were protecting their client by making an example of a problematic fan? Was it a rogue team member who overstepped their boundaries and caused this whole mess? Or was it created by an overzealous fanbase that took defending their idol too far and then somehow got it in front of Chris's team? Because here's the thing that's been bothering me throughout this entire investigation: someone had to make a conscious decision at multiple points in this process. Someone had to dig up that old mugshot from 2017, someone had to create or commission that manipulated video, someone had to write the caption that painted Angela as dangerous, someone had to click post on Chris Brown's account, and then someone had to make the decision to leave it up despite Angela's attempts to reach out privately. Every single one of those decisions had a human being behind it, someone who chose to participate in what became the destruction of Angela's life. The question is, who? And here's what really keeps me up at night: if they can prove that AI was used to manipulate that video, if they can trace it back to who created it and who decided to weaponize it, this case could set legal precedents that protect all of us from digital manipulation and celebrity harassment. And the answer to that question, who really created that video and why, could determine not just this $20 million lawsuit, but the future of how celebrities interact with their fans online, how we handle AI manipulation, and whether people like us have any protection from the power of viral content. But before I tell you what I think is really going on here and what this means for everyone who uses social media, I need you to engage with this content. Hit that like button if this story has you as fired up as it has me, subscribe if you want to see more deep dives into cases like this that reveal the dark side of internet culture, and comment below telling me who you think is really responsible for creating that video and whether you think Angela will win her $20 million lawsuit. Because the resolution to this story is something every person with a social media account needs to hear. As this legal battle continues to unfold in real time, with new court filings being submitted regularly and more evidence being revealed, I keep coming back to the fact that this isn't just about one fan or one post or one celebrity making a bad decision. This is about how far celebrity power can reach into our digital lives, and who gets crushed when that power is misused. For Angela Rilliford, this lawsuit is more than money, though $20 million would certainly help rebuild the life destroyed by this viral video. It's about sending a warning to the internet about what happens when fame turns toxic and fans get caught in the crossfire. It's about establishing legal precedents that protect regular people from having their lives destroyed by celebrities who can mobilize millions of followers with a single post. But here's what really keeps me up at night thinking about this case: what makes this story bigger than just celebrity drama? If Chris Brown loses this lawsuit, if Angela wins the $20 million and sets a legal precedent about AI manipulation and celebrity defamation, could it open the floodgates for other fans to come forward with their own stories? Because I guarantee you, Angela Rilliford isn't the only one silently destroyed by viral posts from celebrities with millions of followers ready to attack at a moment's notice. How many other fans have been turned into public enemies by edited videos, manipulated content, or false accusations? How many people have lost jobs, relationships, and their sense of safety because a celebrity decided to make an example of them? I've been covering celebrity drama for years, but this case feels different. This feels like a turning point where we have to decide what kind of internet we want to live in. Do we want a world where celebrities weaponize platforms against individual fans? Do we normalize AI manipulation in public disputes? Are we comfortable with viral content that destroys lives for entertainment? Or are we finally ready to say that having millions of followers comes with the responsibility to use that power ethically, to verify information before sharing it, and to consider the real-world consequences of your posts? The truth is, and this is the part that makes me most uncomfortable when I really think about it, we're all part of this ecosystem. Every time we share celebrity drama without questioning it, every time we comment on viral videos without considering the human being at the center of them, every time we participate in pylons because it's fun to have someone to collectively hate, we're feeding the machine that made Angela Rilliford's nightmare possible. We've created a digital culture where destroying someone's life can be entertainment, where viral harassment is profitable for platforms, and where the bigger your following, the less accountability you face for the damage you cause. And until we're willing to look at our own role in these digital pylons, cases like this are going to keep happening. So here's my challenge to you, and I'm being completely serious about this: the next time you see a viral video of someone being called out by a celebrity, ask yourself who made that video, what context might be missing, whether the evidence looks authentic, and whether the person being attacked deserves to have their life destroyed over a social media post. Because if we don't start thinking critically about celebrity power and digital accountability, if we don't start demanding better from the people we give our attention and money to, we could all end up being the next Angela Rilliford. We could all be one edited video, one false accusation, one viral post away from having our lives completely destroyed by strangers on the internet who don't care about the truth. What do you think? Are you ready to change how we handle celebrity drama online, or are we going to keep feeding the monster that destroys people's lives for entertainment? Are you willing to question viral content before sharing it, even when it's about someone you don't like? Let me know in the comments, and if this video made you think differently about celebrity accountability and the power of viral content, make sure you subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Because the internet might be forever, but it's not too late to make it better. It's not too late to demand accountability from celebrities who abuse their power. And it's not too late to protect people like Angela Rilliford from being destroyed by digital mobs who don't care about the truth. The question is, are we brave enough to do it?